Good morning. Today we will start chapter 5th, When People Rebel, of class 8th. So, When People Rebel, or we can say the Revolt of 1857. So, the year 1857 has got a special significance because in this the people revolted against the British government. But first we should look what was the nature of 1857 revolt. What are the base nature means what are the basic root? Whether it was a sepoy mutiny or a first war of independence or a peasant revolt, there were different opinions of the historians about the nature of the 1857 revolt. But basically, there are two opinions which are quite popular. That is a sepoy mutiny, or you can say it was a mutiny by the Indian soldiers. And the second view is, and no doubt now it is accepted by everybody, that it was the first war of national independence. So let us start with the first opinion, that is a sepoy mutiny. What is sepoy? An Indian soldier is known as a sepoy. Why this revolt is known as the sepoy mutiny? There were different British historians like Lawrence, Marshman, Sisley. They are of the opinion that it was a rough mutiny of 100,000 sepoy because the Indian soldiers were dissatisfied against the British. And there were different causes why the sepoys were against the British. And we can also say that British historians say that it was the sepoy mutiny because it was confined to a limited area. Northern India it was widespread. Otherwise, the rest of the South India was quite peaceful. Second point, mainly large number of sepoy took part in this revolt. Many Indians remained peaceful. Indian historians have argued against this opinion. They said that though it was restricted to northern India, but every part of India supported this revolt, though indirectly. Secondly, if it was only a sepoy mutiny, the British should have punished only the sepoy, but many Indians were also punished for taking part in the revolt. Thirdly, many English themselves admitted that it was the national movement, example in Awadh. Second opinion, was it a national movement? It was beyond any doubt that it was the first war of national independence. The great patriotics or the historians V. Savarkar has wrote in his book War of Indian Independence that it was the first war of independence. Even Jawaharlal Nehru said that though it was started as a Sepoy mutiny, but later it assumed the character of independence. Now, let us look at the causes of 1857 revolt. There were various, the causes lay not in one, whether political or economic or social. There were various causes for the widespread revolt of 1857. That is political causes. Second, economic causes. Third, social and religious causes. Military causes, that is, we can say by this that many sepoys were discontent against the British, and so many historians have claimed that this was nothing short but a sepoy mutiny. And last, a spark which led to the revolt of 1857, that is immediate cause. Let us start with political causes. As you know that in 1850s, that Lord Dalhousie, before the revolt of 1857, the Governor General was Lord Dalhousie, and Lord Dalhousie was of very imperialistic nature. Imperialistic means to extend the one's empire, and Lord Dalhousie wanted to annex as many as Indian states into the British Empire. So, imperialistic policy of Lord Dalhousie. Who was Dalhousie? Dalhousie was the Governor General before the revolt of 1857. And what do you mean by imperialistic? Means to extend the one's empire on the cost of others. Here, imperialistic policy of Lord Dalhousie means to annex as many Indian states into the British Empire. So, Indians were very, especially the rulers were against Lord Dalhousie, and many Indians were also against the Lord Dalhousie due to the imperialistic policy, because the people favored their local rulers rather than the British rule. Second point, disrespect of the Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah. Bahadur Shah, or you can say Bahadur Shah II or Bahadur Shah Jafar. He was the last Mughal emperor. The Mughal emperor started from Babur till Bahadur Shah II. We have the tendency to accept our native rulers rather than the foreign. So Bahadur Shah II, though a weak ruler, but accepted by the Indians. But Lord Canning's, after Lord Dalhousie, Lord Canning was the Governor General. He became Governor General in 1856, and he announced that after the death of Bahadur Shah II, his successor would have to leave Red Fort and live near the Qutub. What I said? The successor of Bahadur Shah II have to leave the Red Fort. Red Fort is in Delhi, built by Shah Jahan. So, like Red Fort means the palace of Mughal emperors. But now the successor have to leave the Red Fort. It was not liked by the Mughals as well as to the Indian people. And it means the lineage of Mughal empire would be end. So, the people as well as the emperor was against the British. Third point, treatment with Nana Sahib and Rani of Jhansi. First, we should know who was Nana Sahib. Nana Sahib was the adopted son of Peshwa Bajirao II. Peshwa was very powerful among the Marathas, and the Marathas were one of the powerful force in India. And who was Rani of Jhansi? Everybody knows it, Rani Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi. And treatment, and these two leaders are very popular among the Indians. But the British announced that the pension of Nana Sahib would be stopped and the Jhansi state would be lapsed or would be annexed in the British Empire. So naturally, it was also one of the causes why the Indians were against the British. We can say that it was the ill treatment only to Nana Sahib or to the Rani Lakshmi Bai, to the Bahadur Shah II. But these were the accepted ruler among the Indians, and the accepted rulers were ill-treated by the British, and it was not liked by the Indians. And as the historian said that in Awadh, widespread revolt took place against the British because the Awadh was also annexed in the British Empire. So these were the political causes. And the one more important cause, that is, you have already read in the early chapter, that is doctrine of lapse. Doctrine of lapse was initiated by the imperialistic Governor General Lord Dalhousie. I have already mentioned that Lord Dalhousie was the Governor General before the revolt of 1857. After the Lord Dalhousie, Lord Canning was the Governor General during the revolt of 1857. Lord Dalhousie initiated doctrine of lapse. Doctrine of lapse. What is doctrine of lapse? It means if any Indian ruler, listen carefully, if any Indian ruler would die without a natural heir means natural born heir. If any Indian ruler died without a natural heir, his adopted son means which is not natural born, adopted son would have no right over the state. His adopted son would have no right over the state, and his estate would be lapsed in the British Empire. Means imperialistic policy of Lord Dalhousie. And almost 7 states were lapsed in the British Empire due to the doctrine of lapse. And the main is the Jhansi. The Jhansi Empire was also annexed in the British Empire due to the doctrine of lapse, because Rani Lakshmi Bai has no natural heir. His son was adopted son. So the British said that your Jhansi would be lapsed in the British Empire after the death of your husband, and so Rani of Jhansi was revolted against the British Empire.